be wasted. Why is this so bright? Oh, I know I got to have light. I just don't want it in my face. Good morning, everybody. So, I was thinking about something because y'all know y'all got me watching all these crazy shows and whatnot. Yeah, I got my coffee too. Need to put some Auntie K sugar in it, probably. It's probably what I need to do. I ain't did that in a minute. I'm gonna start putting some Auntie K sugar in my coffee in the morning. I forgot about it. You know how you just do stuff and then I'm about to grab some of that. Get that cut right on right. It might be a long day. I don't know. Oh, I forgot all about that quick. I used some of that seasoning to make my chicken the other day. It was great. Good morning. You use brown sugar in your coffee? Oh, well, that sugar. Right. Oh, it ain't brown. Well, I guess it turned brown when it get in my coffee, so I can say I use a little brown sugar too. Got a little kick to it. My sugar got a little kick. Oh, hilarious. Anyway, I sound like a man. Yes, I do, early in the morning. And, yeah, my breath is hot and everything. It's okay. I don't even feel it. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Excuse me. It sure is. So let me tell y'all what I was thinking about. Seeing as how we've been on the subject of hiding stuff in plain sight, this is going to drive me crazy. Y'all, this whole glasses thing is real now. I find myself cleaning my glasses like 50 times a day. I think God knew, because he had my Auntie Sandra send me 450 glasses wipes as soon as I got my glasses. So, because these fingers is oily always. I could wash them 10 times and they still gonna be oily. Do y'all think that's the secret to melanin? Who thinks that might be the secret to melanin? Or something to do with it? Colored folks. Huh? Right? Because oil protects the skin. I want to hear something crazy. A person of 36 years tried to talk to CERCA, right? And the person was like, do you got kids? I'm like, yeah, I got kids. They're and we met in person, which is not like normal. I don't normally meet people because I'm not around nobody, but we met in person, so you see me. And he said, do you have children? I said, well, yeah. Of course. I said, and they have children. He said, wait a minute, what? How old are you? I said, wait a minute, how old are you? He said, I'm 36. I said, oh yeah, I'm 43. He said, oh, you look very, do you hear me? Because I was cute. This day I have a little green outfit on. I told you I was cute. I said, oh, so that's gotta be, is that the melanin, y'all? Because it's funny that people be thinking I'm younger than them and damn near be old enough to be their mama. You know what I'm saying? It's freaking me out a little bit. It's people that probably be thinking they a predator or a hoe, whatever, and I'll be pulling the whammy on them like, ha! No, brother, I'm old enough to damn near be your mama. For real, y'all, this is starting to happen to me more frequently. I said, I don't know what's happening. I think it's the chlorophyll. Your mom almost 47. Y'all, my mama is almost 70 and she don't look like she over 45 or 50, I promise. I just seen a picture of her the other day. My cousin snuck and got a picture because I don't talk to her. But give me, and she looks really good. Her skin is nice. I'm sad because she had this same hairstyle. Except for it's black. She got it braided and it's black. But when I seen it, her hair was in the bud, I said, damn it! I'm going to tell y'all why. Because my grandma used to get her hair braided and keep it up, and she always kept her hair this color. My grandmother always had her hair this color. And I didn't think about it. As I've gotten older, this is like the only color I like, and I keep my hair up in a bun on the top. My grandmother did it with her braids. My mama does it with her braids, and now I'm doing it with locks. It's just weird how certain things, it's the same hairstyle. This is basically braids that just never come out. You know what I'm saying? So is that like genetics or something? That just, you know? Because if we see our life, does God allow us to see like the people that came before us when we get ready to go into this body? Do y'all see what I'm saying? Anybody? No. I'm always up early, Royce. I just don't get on here early. Because sometimes I don't be wanting to start my day with foolishness. And people get on here saying stuff that raises my anger levels. So I just stopped dealing with it early in the morning. I used to be on here at 5, 6, 7, but people be stupid early. And that's just crazy to me. I'm 44 and 45. Listen, yes. I'm just saying, though. I've been thinking. Now, that wasn't what I was going to talk to y'all about, but we did go there. So, anyway, moving on. Let's talk about this. Things that are right in front of your face. So, I got my coloring book. Y'all know I got my color morphia. And this is the page I'm about to color right now. I don't want to lose my refills because I didn't feel like looking for the one, so I'll just be going in my refill pack if I don't want a lot of markers right where I'm at. This is what they tell us Medusa look like, right? Yes? Or no? I don't want to turn this light. Oh, I just want it on, just not right in my eyes. Let's see. There we go. Boom. See, that's better. I know it ain't better for y'all, but it's better for me. And I broke my nail last night. Just look over it. So this is what they tell us she looks like, right? Okay. Now, I want to ask y'all a question. Let's look at this. Which book is it in? I gotta remember now. Is it already out? I think it is. Y'all done bought me so many books. It is. And then I'm constantly rereading them. So they're never where they're supposed to be. Where's our Egypt book, that family? Oh, it's right here. See? It's supposed to be on the dang shelf. It might not even be in this book. Because it's in the hieroglyphs, and I want to say they were more animated than this one, but let me know. Oh, no. Thank you, Dad. Now, look, I'm going to turn this way, and I'm going to turn it back. So, I want to show y'all something. We know that Medusa lived in ancient Mesopotamia. We know this. And she didn't have snake hair. She had a snake face and locks. They've been putting her tail in our face the whole freaking time. Because as you can see, it's a female. You can see how the males are dressed. It's a female. With locks. Well, hello. Yes. So they've been put out, but okay. And Enoch has said they went into the reptiles. The snake is a reptile. They tell us that Medusa was a gorgon. We know that these beings were real because all Greek and Roman mythology, Celtic mythology, Norse mythology, Japanese mythology, it's all built on most of the Assyrian and Babylonian kings searching out and taking over the, over the world before the flood. We know this. What book is what? This one? The Cultural Atlas, the one I pull out all the time. Cultural Atlas of the World of Ancient Egypt. And it's by Stonehenge Publishing. Did y'all pay attention to that? See, now, I'm going to tell y'all what I've picked up on. Is it in here? Yep. Okay, so look at this. Auntie just bought me these books. Where they at? Yep. Okay. I just want to show y'all. Okay. Now, who wants to see something else hidden in plain sight? Oh. I need the giant book, I think. Yes. So let me bust y'all head. Who want their head bust early in the morning? Get your neck strong. Get your neck strong. Are you ready? Now, let's not lose this place. So I don't normally do this, but we're going to put a book inside a book. That's not good for the book, the spine of your book. And most librarians will tell you, wait a minute. Hold on, y'all. I got to go get my water. Because I am thirsty. Give me 1 second. I already got it together, too. I need to talk to somebody who hook up speaker boxes. Do we got any people that do music and it don't? And professionally in the hood is professional to me. So if you hook up music in the hood, I need to talk to you. Can you send me an email? Because I got some questions for you. Or if you an electrician. Either one. But dudes in the hood be electricians. They be gas men, water companies, cable companies. They be here. You said you need your cable on. Yeah, I might have to climb that pole because it's in a different place. This was the 90s. So then that's going to be 125. Now, they probably going to run you in about 9 months. So I'll be back. You said you need... Go out there and get that tool out there. Go on out there and pull that thing up. Go on and turn that water back on till they come back out here on Tuesday. Oh, y'all don't got them kind of family members? That'll go and turn their own electricity back on? Because who is you to turn my electricity off? I don't care if I got the money. That's my family and people like my peoples all through the country is the reason why they got electric boxes, these digital boxes. Because, baby, turn who power, water, and gas off? Somebody said, my dad, listen here, cable. Girl, we was on some internet stuff a long time ago, honey. We. What you mean? And about to bring the script back. So what? The cable box. They gonna bring the cable box with their services. What? Dang, life was crazy back then. I was a kid, so it wasn't me doing it. But I know people that did. Mm-hmm. Auntie, you remember the days too. Listen here. That used to be fun times. Mm-hmm. All right, so let's get to this. Oh, yes, all you needed was the tools. And folks was hitting the poles and everything. Like, you ain't even got no boots on. No shoes, and you going to get up there. Okay. All right. Can't nobody tell me the color folks are not in. Listen. Listen. The ingenuity that these people have is ridiculous. Okay, moving on. So, not saying that nobody else don't, but if you know, you know. Is you cooking on a... I want some of that too when you get done with it, whatever it is. You done took and gonna barbecue. I want some. Because I smelt that from the... I don't care what you're cooking it in. Come on with that. Yeah, uh-huh. Do I see some vinegar on the stuff? Bet you didn't clench your meat. Come on with that. Let's go. That's I don't care what his name is. I seen his shoes. I know what he do. He gonna be drunk Thursday through Sunday. He might play around sometimes and go down there with the little girls on the street down there. Not the little girls, but y'all know the ones I'm talking about. They always seem to have an addicted girlfriend that come see him all the time, but don't nobody really see him in the daytime. Mm-hmm. Moving on. Let's get back to the... These is in white families too, though. I seen them. He keeps messing with that old girl. I keep telling him she's on that stuff. And he thinks she loves him, and she doesn't. She only come when he get his check. Don't act like it ain't over there with y'all, too. When she wants some beer, she's going to go get high. I already know what she's going to go do. And he thinks she loves him. She doesn't. She's down over there with Bobby Earl yesterday telling him the same thing. And Mama saw them at the grocery store. She went on in her purse and gave her something. Because she didn't want to be embarrassed because everybody knows she's down here with old... No? That ain't y'all stuff? Sure it is. Sure it is. Mm-hmm. So don't act like it's only us. Stop it. CERCA, pay attention. Mama. Oh, okay. Anyway. See, you got to be able to laugh at yourself and all your people. All of them. Because they yours. Don't be acting. It is. So white folks in here like, damn, she just, yeah. Man, that show is right. Yeah, because Aunt Sue and her family, yeah, we don't talk about them. We just kind of, we only see them at the family functions, and they're always getting kicked out. So we just kind of don't talk to them. You know, they're still back home where my mom came from, and they're kind of country, you know, kind of redneckish, and so, you know, we just don't talk to them. We got them to, don't worry about it. Mm-hmm. You don't got to be embarrassed. It's some in every family. Mm-hmm. Yep. So, what I was going to talk to y'all about is this. You got to laugh at life, because if you don't, you will cry all the time, and don't nobody got time for that. If you want to wake up mad and serious, like, go away, because that's stupid. You got another day to find something to smile about. Do it every day. I don't care if it's the flour on the floor or the fact that your baby is going to leave crumbs in the same place for you to clean up every day, because they know their mama got them. That's a reason to be tickled, because they can depend on you. Don't get angry. Moving on. So, the magistrates and the scribes of the Order of the Golden Quill. Remember, to those of you who got this book, but to those of you that don't, It says, all that we know the secret folk, giants, elves, dwarves, fairies, merfolk, and the races now spoken of in whispers, of whom little is known, would be lost in the distractions of the modern world were it not for the order of the Golden Quill. Archivists, scribes, lore wardens, and guardians of this long forgotten knowledge, right? And they give a couple names. Lord Oberon, Hesiod, of Hesiod's theogony, Alexander Macedon, Medea. I just love that. Merlin and some other folks. And now this person that wrote this book, Ari Burke, and then John Middleton. Okay? So the cool thing about this is, guess what? This is the name of a real organization in Hollywood. The writers that write all y'all movies are a part of this community. The people that write all your books. This is the award that they be trying to win. What award is the Golden Quill? Let's look it up. In our day and age, whiz is right in front of a face. Look at that. I'm about to bust your head even more. Come on with it. Let's go. Oh, yes. No, you got to go look it up. No guessing. You got to go tell me who gets the Golden Quill Award in Hollywood. Who gets it? Golden Quill. Golden Quill. Golden Quill. Who gets this? The Writers Guild. Hiding in front of your face. Because the Writers Guild is the person that tells us about the supernatural beings, is it not? DC Comics, Hellboy, the Vampires, Golden Compass, all of the shows that we see on Netflix and every other freaking whatever. The writers, who would be the scribes, the archivists, the lore wardens, and the guardians of this long forgotten knowledge. Okay? Are y'all getting it? Is anybody bringing this in? Are you bringing it in? Are you? There are writers today that write all of the shows that we watch, where we can easily research real information that has been sold to us as mythology, but in actuality, it's the truth. 79% of it. Wonder where they got the information. I told y'all, I said, when you're watching shows with your kids, you need to look up the names. And who writes the Disney stuff? And who writes the Nickelodeon stuff? And who writes all of the kids shows, Twitches, and the Dragons, and these people do, and then they go to Hollywood right in our face, and wizards compete for the Golden Quill, or these people, these archivists, scribes, lore wardens, and guardians of the forgotten knowledge. The knowledge that's talking about the giants, the elves, the dwarves, the fairies, the merfolk. Ain't that what all our movies is about? Or no? All right. Okay. So now that we got that established, I want you to keep that in your mind now. The next time you pay $18 or $27 to go to the movies. Okay? Remember that. Just take that in. And we're going to look at this photo one more again. The only reason that we know about her is from the movies, right or wrong, and books, but for the most part, the only reason we know that she's depicted like this It's because this is how every time we've seen Medusa, they've made her look. Because this is how they wanted us to see her. Okay? But if we look in the ancient Egyptian archives, she actually looks like that. A snake face with locks around the blue people and the bird people. Which makes sense because Enoch says that in several other books in the Bible that they made it with these reptiles. Reptilians, right there. There you go. That's it, right? So what we call reptilians today would be a gorgon back in ancient Mesopotamia. Okay, because they could shapeshift. Is y'all getting me? Boom. Now, this book, the publishing company is Stonehenge. We know what happened at Stonehenge. Okay? I don't want to ruin this book. Hold on, because I don't want to. I just need to stay in my place. Hold on. Prometheus? Is he not one of the children of the angels? Prometheus. Prometheus Trust published the Chaldean oracles. Prometheus Trust did. Okay? So we got Stonehenge over here. Prometheus Trust published this book. Wait a minute. Just hold on. Boom. Disney Hyperion. Hyperion was also one of the fallen angels' children. See it? And if I go grab some other books, dang near all the major publishing companies and the ones that they named after the... So yeah, the demon's still here telling y'all, running his story. Makes sense that your publishing company did well, and the demon is still here because the fallen angels' children are the disembodied spirits that we have today. So who's running these stories? When they say, oh, it just came to me. Lies. You did an incantation, conjure the demon, and let them tell you about your life. You know how I know this happens? Because one of the shows, what, the Sandman, or whatever it was, that y'all just had me watching, that's exactly what happened. But I had figured it out before that because I have these books and I started looking. I done showed y'all before. These names all are well down. And then you go back and you read this little giant book here and it says exactly that they are the keepers of the ancient stories. You mean the ones from ancient Mesopotamia and further? So I'm coloring Medusa, but really Medusa was right in Egypt, which is exactly where she would have been. That's where she would have been. So when we see the snake people in the ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs, those are the reptilians. They right there. And they holding hands with human people and mating with human people. The bird people are mating with the blue people and the green people are mating with human people. And it's right there in the Egyptian hieroglyphs. It's also in the Hindu information as well because they got green people, blue people, bird people, and snake people in the Hindu too because we got their stuff right here. They got bird people with wings and like human hands and then claws on the end of them. Sickle syndrome is exactly what it looks like. So we can find sickle syndrome over here in Egypt, and we can find it in the Hindu. We can find it in Japan. We can find it everywhere. And the people that are telling us about these people that have these human abilities, extra human abilities, supernatural human abilities, go right in front of our faces and get an award every year in Hollywood. It's real crazy. No? So when they draw her, they make her look like this. But it's actually the reverse. She had a snake face and locks for hair. Just like if you, okay, here we go. For the people that know, you know. For my new people, we got an experiment. This is what we did when y'all first came. I have a video. Maccabees and Maccabees. Maccabees. And then I believe it's Meqbyen or Byan. If you look that up, Maccabean and Maccabean, it is the exact same story. But if you type in Maccabees, it pulls up a white person. If you pull up Meqbyan or En for Mecca, Maccabean, okay? It pull up like a dude that looked like an Ethiopian priest. But when you read the stories, they're the exact same. Try it for yourself. Let's do it. Maccabees. And then I believe it's Meqbyen or An. Go look it up real quick, please. I need y'all to see something. Look at the pictures, what they show, and then look at the pictures, what they show. Good morning. Isn't that crazy? But I want you to go see it for yourself. I want you to look it up. Because you can see how, if I tell you the story but change the face and you don't look deeper, this is the surface studying. Do you hear what I'm saying? It's the surface studying. Because if you type in Maccabees, it's going to show you European folks. But if you type in Meqbyan or En, you're going to see like a dude that look like an Ethiopian priest. Dark skin with all the... Can I find the real map, not the fake one we see? Do you know how many maps there are? Do you know how structural things have changed, earthquakes and stuff like that? Maps are temporal. Because we see islands, pieces of an island break off all the time. And what people need to be thinking about is how the hell did they get aerial maps in ancient Japan, in ancient Egypt, and all of those different things? Because folks be looking at a map, but you never realize that you're looking at it from a drone view when they wasn't supposed to have no flight. Or do y'all pay attention to that? Things change. That be going over people's head. I said, wait a minute, this is an aerial map from 3 BC. Who had a drone in 7 BC? As to how y'all got this aerial map. Because that's what came to my mind. I got maps and maps and maps and maps and maps. I look at maps. It's maps in my living room. It's maps in the decor of my room. I look at maps all day. I love maps. As a little kid, I had books of it's maps and land masses and the mod got me this, but it goes along with the decor. I got atlases. You see what that say? The earth from the air. Right? Now, this is our views of stuff right now with drones. But there's maps of this very thing in a long time ago. So how was y'all flying back then to do aerial maps? We got drones and planes. What did y'all have to do? Y'all aerial maps, ancients? Flying horses, maybe? And men with flying wings and flying carpets. Oh, yeah, that's what they had. They sure did. That's exactly what they had. So now when you go and you look at all your old books, look at if it's an aerial map, giants as well, an aerial map, or, you know, the one where you can tell they're walking the terrain, because that makes a huge difference. Yeah, it was also flying beings too. See, a lot of people don't pay attention in the KJV when it said they flew. You think it means something else, like they took flight, like they just ran. No, they flew. Because we know in ancient Mesopotamia, there were beings that were made by the fallen angels, and I'm sure some of their kids came out with wings, or just the ability to fly without wings. Of course, Raya. Of course. Yep. Ooh. I bet it's good too, Dash. Y'all have to look that up. Okay. Thank you. But yeah. So Hmm. 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 You mean everything that Enoch told us they created when they came down here after they got in the women's? It said they slept with the fish of the sea, the reptiles, the birds of the air, and the beasts of the field. Isn't that all of these hybrid beings here, or no? I won't say that Aladdin is about Solomon, but it's that era of time. Now, it could be another Persian king or someone. It could have been about Xerxes. You know what I mean? We don't know for sure. Yes. Yes, Auntie, it did. It's in my room, I think. Yep, it's in my room. Oh, no, it ain't. It's right here. Speaking of which, there's something in here I need to take out. Thank you, Auntie. You just reminded me I gotta go somewhere today. I took this with me on my trip. This was in my bag with me. And yeah. And people always be trying to look at my stuff that I be reading. It's weird. I don't like people looking over my shoulders. Last time I told you I traveled, the girl was like, "What? Oh my God, you're reading the Golden Compass?" And I said, "Well, it's going in my collection, actually." But yeah. And then it was a whole conversation. So this is how I know people be looking at my books and guess, Auntie, I took this with me. I did. Oh, yes. Now, you have a good day, too. Let me ask you a question. Why would this be important, family? Okay. It does look like a version of the trident. Okay. So listen. The fallen angels are going to glorify everything that they did. And their children. Right? So let me ask you a question. Why is this important to what we study? They weapons. Because they did what? How did these come about? Create weapons and taught the men the art of war. Come on, Deja. Magic. So the fallen angels taught the men how to extract the metal out of the rocks to make swords and shields. Okay, go get your book 1. Go right on. Let's look at it, and they gonna show you how they glorify everything in air. I'm just showing you how stuff be right in our face. That's all. Real quick this morning. And where is my book 1? Is it in my room? At least y'all know I really do take books at. Oh no, it's right here. Cause they be in there. They glorify everything. They glorify everything that they created, or they feel like they created. Right? It's always a magic relic that's going to get you to the hidden knowledge. Yes or no? Isn't it always a relic? A necklace, a sword, a helmet, a pair of shoes, a robe. It's a number of relics. Who came up with this? Who came up with this? Let's find out. Book 1. Book 1. Page 16. We just keep coming back to this. I keep showing y'all how it's right in our face. And because they are the gods of this world, they gonna put their stuff right in our face. Right? So look at this. And they took wives unto themselves, and everyone respectively chose one woman for himself. And they began to go into them, and they taught them magical medicine, incantations, the cutting of roots, and taught them about plants. And the women became pregnant and gave birth to great giants whose heights were 300 cubits. These giants consumed the produce of all the people, and to the people detested feeding them. So the giants turned against the people in order to eat them. And they began to sin against birds, Seco syndrome, wild beasts, all the other ones, reptiles, and fish. And their flesh was devoured one by another, and they drank blood, vampires. Boom. Okay, 8. And Azazel taught the people the art of making swords and knives and shields and breastplates. Azazel taught the people the art of making swords and knives and shields and breastplates. Now I'm going to ask you the question again. Why? It's a magic sword. And Azazel taught men to mine gold, root, everything, but also how to make knives, shields, swords, and breastplates. Would you like to know why? Because those things were already in heaven. Because remember, God has the Lord of hosts armies, several armies of cherubim, armies of archangels, armies of angels, armies of seraphim, armies of all kinds. He said the Lord of hosts armies, plural. He's a lot more than one. Okay, so they already knew what swords look like. They already knew because they're soldiers. And when the war in heaven was fought with Lucifer and his brothers, because there was the war of heaven. You can't have war without weapons. Humans didn't know anything about weapons at that time. And in the seventh generation from Adam, when the fallen angels, the watchers, who used to be the judges, went into the women, they instantly started teaching them these things. Our Iron Age and whatever else you want to call it. Okay. So all the movies we watch, even Moana, they told us he was a demigod, and then the dude was on there dancing. He could shapeshift, which is exact. We know this to be true. Water, Hawaii, Nereus, Job, the Nereids, Typhon, where we get our name Typhoon. But they all had magical abilities and magical charms. Even the Little Mermaid, the same thing that's on Moana is the same thing that was on her shell necklace, wasn't it? And I ain't even seen the new one. I'm talking about the old one. Didn't she have a shell necklace? Ain't that the same symbol for what's on Moana? And then they tell us the exact same thing that happened in The Little Mermaid happened in Moana, that it's a demigod. That stole fire. That's like Prometheus on there if y'all can't see it. And he can shapeshift into bees and a whale and then be a snail and then a fish and then a man. You mean like Job's brother. Nereus. And Typhon and Poseidon. Okay. So we know they went into the birds, the wild beasts, the reptiles, and the fish in ancient Mesopotamia. That's what it's saying, Enoch. So if I go back over here and I get my little book, would this not, why would this need to be a mask if that's the truth? Because it's not a mask. Because that's an animal of the field that they went into, and this dude was worshipped as a god. Yes or no? So were these bird people and snake people. These are all of the gods. Let's look and see if we see anything else. I think it's back here. Yeah. That'll be for another day. Oh, look, somebody was just asking me about maps. I bet this ain't one that's widely publicized. Y'all see that AE in front of Egypt? AE Sports. Like Tone said, y'all see it. That's where that AE came from. When you see that, like the Aegean Sea and all of that. Most of the stuff that starts with an E on these maps has AE in front of it. The best way to hide something is in a book. Yes, I'm going to show you. And that's just not, this dude was blue. And when we go and we research, we know that these were the ancient aliens. We know this. We did our research on that too. Because their heads was shaped weird. Like the cone heads, you know. Hold on. I'm looking for it. It might not be in this one. I think it's... Oh, no. What is going on with her ears? Y'all see it? And she got locks. What's going on with her ears? And she definitely has what could be considered an Asian, like that You know how you see the Asians that have the dark skin. I know some people that have this face right now. Elf ears, or could those be doe ears? Avatar. And we know that the Avatar was written off of... They ears so did flutter like that. Oh my God, that's right. Do you know why that makes so much freaking sense? Because the trees and everything were bigger before the flood. That's why we still have some big trees. But every single thing was larger before the flood. We started to get smaller. They literally told us about ancient Mesopotamia, literally, and made it like it was another planet, but it was literally ancient Mesopotamia. Because we know that they finally said that was written they were based on a tribe out of where? Africa. Oh. And they had locks that connected the... Ouch! Their hair connected them to everything around them, and that's exactly what happens when we get locks. And they grow to our feet. And we put those braids and those gold clips in our... Oh my goodness. Hitting right. Am I wrong? I told y'all I asked God as my spiritual life grows, let my hair grow, and this is the longest my hair has ever grown. In my 43 years of living, this is the most knowledge that I've had access to, I feel like, at one time. And look at how many people I'm connected to now, right now. Do y'all see this? Oh. We studied about the ancient Japanese a little bit, and the ancient Chinese, and the different people when we first started this. I was trying to show y'all certain things, and I'm just thinking they always had flying beings. And we know for a fact that the giants, remember I told you, if you get that map, you could walk from Israel or Africa to Japan. So it makes sense that when they go in there, they're finding all these ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs and stuff, and what they thought was hills are actually pyramids with ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs. And they show us in the movies that the flying beings went to like Japan, and the snake people and the dragon people, they all went up into that area, and now most of the Asians worship, or their symbols are what? Flying dragons, snake, like huge snake like beings. And if you think about Japan and how their heels are and how it's smoky and all of that, that makes absolute sense, because even in Og it says that the dragon siblings came from the Far East. And where did the dragon show up this time? The Far East. So in our world, in our day, right now, last year, there was the Dragon of Japan, 2022. And then in a book that has been translated from all those years ago, it says that, oh yeah, the dragon siblings lived in Japan. And when they have their new year, what do we see? Do we see dragons in the Asian New Year's and in their festivals? We know them because we used to get the finger dragons that would move as you. Oh. Since a kid, dragons and gold big cats. So there's like a deer person, and then there's another something. We'll just go through a few of these real quick. I will show you some. Oh, there's one right there. Tell me what you see right here on this page. Right there. Three different sized people. There's three different sized people there, believe it or not. The smaller selves. Another bird person. They mama. They mama. Now we know why the animals were worshipped. It says even in one of the books of Enoch that the fallen stars fell down among the cows and started to go into them. Remember, we just read that in the, I think it was astronomical Enoch. The fallen stars and the cows. Remember, we read that. But we know from Enoch that they went into the birds of the air first. Makes sense because a lot of them flew. Then they went into the animals of the field, then the reptiles, then the fish. So as I go through all these ancient civilizations, I'm going to see. Oh. What's that on the side of her? Squids? Don't those kind of look like upside down squids? Even though it's probably some kind of fire, but wouldn't that be odd? Well, those are fingers. Because if so, they look like the fingers they be showing us about the aliens with the bulbs on the end. Ain't that how they say the aliens' fingers be looking? E.T. with the bulbs on the end. And E.T. didn't have no ears, but that other one did. Did E.T. have ears? He did. Did he have long, saggy ears? I can't remember. His face was saggy. I can't remember. The other one did. What's his name? He was another little alien, but he had like bulby eyes. No, he didn't have ears. Okay. I couldn't remember. There's an alligator person here in Comombo. It's definitely an alligator person. Y'all see him? Y'all see him? The alligator dude right there. They cut off some of his face. So then that goes along with them going into the reptiles. There's one more, because we talk about this, but I'd be wanting to show y'all how it would be right in our face. Book makes me sneeze because my little allergies. This is off. Well, I was looking for a specific. Oh, there we go. Go to the back. So we have an animal of the field. We have a reptile. We have a bird and a snake person. All in the same court. Look at this. And now that I see that dude got a beard. There are so many videos about men getting caught having sex with a dog. And women. Look at this. They are together. That is a beard on his face. Are you seeing this? Clear, as my cousin says, all these years. Oh my. What? Y'all, this is. Look at. They went into the reptiles. They started miscegenation. This is a dog, hippo, crocodile with locks or hair. So Enoch 7 is proven right here. It said they went into the animals of the field, the birds of the air, the reptiles, and the fish. The croc is 3 different animals. That's the miscegenation when they started mixing of the species. In Jasher, it says that God was pissed off. That's why the animals had to die, because they started mixing the animals. And we know this. They started mixing in the species, didn't they, y'all? Okay, let's do it. Let's go to Jasher. You're going to have to go online. I got to go to the restroom real quick. Ooh-wee. It's a puma lady in here, too. A lion lady. Oh, looky. Monsters like that. This why I like old books. Oh! You mean to tell me cows was just walking upright and growing hair and carrying staffs and stuff? No. That was the mother of their... Because it's cow people all in here, warriors. Cow folks. That was mighty warriors running down on... We seen one in Percy Jackson. Running after his mama. And he stood up and said, Percy Jackson, blah, 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 or whatever. No? Yes, y'all seen it. What book is that? What you mean? The book I just put down? I just want to know. The ancient something of Egypt. I don't know. Did you just come in? Because I just put it down. I'm not going to pick it back up. It's the ancient book on Egypt. Look up Stonehenge, ancient book on Egypt. Stonehenge promising ancient book on Egypt. Because I just put it down. I gotta go to the bathroom. I just want y'all to see. Yeah, if you ever want to know what's going on, if you're new here, you're welcome. If you ever want to know here, if you knew, we got videos on YouTube, 500 and something live videos, almost 6. We working on, I think. Give me 1 second, y'all. Ooh, this be so good. you, y'all. Y'all know every time I go, I be thinking about something when I get out of here, and I just thought about something. Who remembers what we just read recently when we was reading Enoch about, or Ezra, it was either Enoch or Ezra, about God having a lot of voices? Oh, excuse me. Who remembers we read that? It was in Enoch. Okay. Who remembers when we read that? Okay. Do y'all know what I just thought about? And it had to be God revealing it to me. Do y'all realize that schizophrenia is the demons mocking that? Maybe that's why schizophrenia is so prevalent, because literally millions of demons climb into a person and try to mimic God and have a lot of different voices. And oh my goodness. Everything that they do is a copycat. We just read that God has all these different voices. And when a person has schizophrenia, they speak in several different voices most times. DID, same thing. They have different voices. They say we're different. Don't classify us all as the same. We live different lives and everything. Well, that's not wrong, because we know that one of the things that God did was strip the fallen angels and the children of the fallen angels of their bodies, because in their bodies they wreaked havoc on the earth. So they have to be bound to the earth, and so they possess us so they can have somewhat of a human experience, because God said they're going to be hungry and thirsty. They're going to remember what food tastes like, but they ain't never going to be able to eat it. Well, when they possess you, the reason the appetites that whenever they possess you become so insatiable is because they only feel it a little bit. So they make you do it more and more and more and more, because they are in a place of non-feeling. They're in like the nothing. This is why once they inhabit your body, whatever it is, you can't stop doing it, because they want to feel it. Because they don't get to feel nothing unless they possess us. So even this DID and schizophrenia with all of these voices is to mimic how God really is. Is that not crazy? Every single thing that they do mimics the daddy that won't talk to them. They hate him so much, but they want to be him so bad. They want his worship and his praise. Even the possession part is them mimicking God, because he said, I stand at the door and knock, let me in, but I'm not going to force my way in. Demons steal their way in. They connive their way in. Good morning. Tell me that's not mind blowing. So they give you a medicine named after a demon to control the demons that's wreaking havoc in your body. Have y'all ever seen a person on drugs fighting with themselves, and it look like there's a war going on in their body, and they just jerking them around and they can't? You mean because the demons are fighting to come to the surface in his body? Because there is an internal war going on. For who gonna come to the surface? No, I'm not them. No, you can't. No. Yes, no, we're not talking to you. We're not talking to you today. No. So we take a person that's filled with demons and put a medicine in them that's named after a stronger demon. And then seven demons more stronger than that come into the person, and the person is worse off. Their whole mental, physical, emotional, everything is off. Even they're worse off. Are y'all seeing how this is playing out? Y'all didn't look up the names of the pharmacia. Oh, excuse me, pharmacy. That means spell, incantation, witchcraft, or poison. What is an incantation? Hold on. Right here in Enoch, as soon as the angels started to go into the women, they taught them magical medicine and incantations. So our root word for pharmacy means incantation. Can we please look up the definition at early 30 in the morning for incantation, please? A series of words used as a spell or a charm. A series of words used as a magical spell or a charm. Okay. So you go to the doctor and they write some words, most of which you can't pronounce. Can't even read. A series of words and numbers on a paper that as soon as you ingest them, you start to be different. So why would the word for our medicine mean a series of words used for spells? Make it make sense to me. Our word for pharmacy, our word for magical medicine, because we know this is what the fallen angels taught. The first thing that they taught was magic medicine and then the incantations, how to make the magic work. The doctor gives you a receipt and the pharmacist, a recipe. The pharmacist makes it, well, they used to. Now it's already processed. And then they tell you, is there anything that you need to know? You need to take this religiously for 7 days. The heroin epidemic, the opioid epidemic, all of that comes from who? Pharmaceutical companies. Now think about it. We call it big farm. But what we should be saying is big witch, big warlock, big spellcaster, big enchanter. Because big pharmaceuticals or big pharmacy means spell, incantation, witchcraft, or poison. And we now know that incantation means a list of words that cause a spell. And every medicine that they sell to us says it could cause you to want to kill your family. It could cause you to have depression. It could cause you to lap like a dog. If you're a male, it could cause you to go rest even though you don't want them. It could cause you to grow other body parts. You mean like when you under a spell? Most of the addiction that is ruining families now came from a pharmacy. Yes or no? Most of the people that are addicted to all of these horrible drugs that has their skin rotting started with the prescription from a witch or a warlock called a pharmacist. MDMA too, because it was as a dude in Britain, it was a psychologist in Britain that decided to start testing MDMA on people to see how it helped, and they was giving it to suburban mothers and stuff. Exactly. And then we had the whole epidemic in the early 2000s and late 90s of ecstasy. But it started with a psychiatrist or psychologist giving it to his patients to see how it helped with their severe depression. Most prescriptions are written in Latin, and most of us don't read Latin. But the doctors do, who send you to the pharmacist. Most times, the doctor, whoever was going to heal you, would send you to another person to go get herbs and body parts, right or wrong. They send you out to a doctor to get your blood taken, to go get a tissue sample from you, and then they run tests on your tissue. Is y'all paying attention? Witches need blood, bodily fluid, and tissues. What do they take from you at the hospital every time you go? We never used to think about them scraping our skin cells. We never even thought about that. But now that we know that they can clone whole people off a few scrapings, or if they can take a certain organ, they can regenerate that organ, and then, oh, do you realize that cloning, and I hate to say this, even the fertility community is basically doing exactly what the fallen angels did? They started playing God and making life that God didn't just let naturally happen. So now it's not natural anymore. Because now they've gone from impregnating women to changing the baby's eye color and taking out all the disease and changing the baby's hair texture. They do all of this genetically. You mean like the giants were doing? And the angels, because they didn't want any defects in the beings that they were creating? Fee, fi, fo, fum, I smell the blood of an Englishman. They knew, angels knew sickness, and their kids could smell it too. Some of them, because their mamas was animals, so they had animal instincts. And then if they made it with a human woman, which we see they was doing in Egypt, I wonder where the genetic disorders come from. Snoop Dogg, I think some of your folks is from ancient Egypt, homie. Because when I look at some of these pictures, y'all done seen it. Oh boy, look just like a Doberman for real. And his face looked exactly like the grew, look, got the sickle syndrome, folks. We see right there, they was the bird people was mating with human people in Egypt. Snoop Dogg played a shapeshifter in Bones, and in his movie Murder Was the Case too. So are y'all seeing how this stuff be right in our face the whole dang time, which is absolutely insane? Right in our face. Yeah, Maisha. It's a trip. Mm-hmm. This is why they trying to get rid of all them books. Now, so do you see how something is simple? It's me coloring in my coloring book made me think about one book. And then I done been all over the place. Because they mamas, they great granddaddies is the people that taught the women magic. They're all magical beings. And they could hurt people. They could turn people into animals. They could turn them into rocks. They could make them turn into stone. They could do all of this. Because do you think that it was God that turned old boys white into stone? Or do you think that it was the angel that had that ability? And then that would make sense because I'm sure God didn't only make one. And then old girl had the ability to look at people and turn them into stone. God always sent his angels to do his work. Lot's wife. Think about it. When did God actually come down and do anything himself? Except for like Adam and Eve, and then with Moses or Abraham, whichever one. It was Moses. He got to see his back, yeah, Moses. But for the most part, God himself did not come down and do certain things. He sent the angels to do it. So if there was an angel that, if there's one, there's got to be another. Okay? So it makes sense that Medusa and her sisters and other beings had the ability to turn people into stone. Their daddies had that ability as well, because we see that basically in this pillar of salt. Because God didn't come down and turn the stone. He sent an angel to do it. So then there's, or salt, this stone, salt figure, whatever. So I just be thinking, do y'all be looking at this? Because they mimicked everything that God was going to do. Or did. You see what I'm saying? The heat is on here. Good morning, baby. So you see what I mean? If we know a third of heaven fell, a third of the angels of all classes, then it makes sense that if God could use an angel to turn Lot's wife into a pillar of salt or stone or whatever, and then you have these angels that have fallen from heaven that have this ability to solidify things or turn things to stone or make some land come up. But, God got angels to do everything. So then the fallen angels mate with the women and they mate with the reptiles. We see that in the ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs, that there were snake people, reptile people, crocodile people, hippopotamus people, cow people, bird people, everything. All of this is proved when you read Jasher and just all the other books. Because even with us looking up the name of the soldier that guarded Jesus' tomb, Jesus would be considered like a Nephilim, in a sense, because he's half spirit, half human. Well, these are the beings that was running through ancient Mesopotamia at that time. And when we look up where they say this soldier is from, the centurion, when you look up the city where it says he was from, it's where the centaurs live. So was he a centurion or was he a centurion? Because it makes sense to have a hybrid being guarding a hybrid being's. Because God could have sent some regular dudes for these soldiers, but he sent 2 angels. He sent a spiritual being to maybe deal with the spirit, because they're not going to tell us. But if you go look up where that soldier was from, he was from the area where they say that the centaurs used to live. Jacob fought with a giant. He sure did. He fought with an angel. He did. He did. We know his sons was giants. We know this. Ain't no human man gonna be able to pick up no bear and toss it like a rock. A full grown one. Not even a baby. a 6-month-old, 1-year-old bear. They ain't no human man picking it up and throwing it like you throw a pebble. Mm-mm. Or race a gazelle and rip it apart while he running. Right. Good morning. Ooh. So is that not a crazy thing? Crazy, right? How all of this stuff is right in front of our face, but they tell us what to look for. So we look at it and don't even see what we're looking at. Because how many times have I showed the hieroglyphs of these animal beings? And we read Enoch, and we know that this is true. It says it in Jasher. It also says it in Genesis that God was sick of the earth, so he had to destroy everything. People used to say, what did the animals do? Well, they made it with the angels. And you know what's so funny? In the Disney characters and all the movies, who's always talking to the animals and can hear the animals? The children, but okay. Don't the witch always understand what the bird or the dog or something is saying? The warlock always has a familiar and they can talk to the other animals. Yes. Right? The animals do their bidding. The dogs, the birds, they can understand what the animals are saying. But we can't. Ooh. Who made it with the animals? The witches and the warlocks, the people that became the sorceresses. They show us right in Egyptology or Egypt, the study of Egypt, and all the stuff that we have, that the hybrids were marrying the animals and making the animals be able to talk again, because that was one of their curses. We talked about this already. So it makes sense that the fallen angels went into the animals and created beings that could talk, because God took their ability to talk because of the fallen angels and the animals, because they tricked Eve. They deceived humankind. So then they got together again to rule over the humans. And it showed us right in all of it. Multiple arms. Okay. And we know this is still true a lot in the Hindu culture now, that a lot of their babies are born with extra body parts. Still. Like whole bodies added. The cow people. Oh. The mermaid back there in the shell, y'all see her? On top of the water. She's blue. And so is this other person that's blue. They a different color. Now, it's blue people in Egypt, ain't it? Oh. Oh. Let's look here. A blue person and a regular colored person. Huh. And if you look there, they got a flying horse and a green person and a purple colored person and a person with 3 heads, person with a couple arms. They show you the people that are by the sea with the reptiles. Could this be what we just read? The animals of the field, the reptiles, the fish, and the gods. Oh, there go the bird people. The bird person right there. So is this not Enoch? Didn't we just read this in Enoch right here? We just read all this in Enoch. We did. It's the green people, the blue people, the people with extra limbs, the bird people, the people that are the gods of the sea, and the reptiles and the lion heads. Nope, none of this has anything to do with anything. None of it. Oh, could that be a Titan maybe? Could it be a Titan? Because it says that Mayway took a cosmic journey to go see Enoch. You mean like in the cosmos? Like this? Look like he running to me? And you can read in the Book of the Giants where it says that the Mayway or Ohio. Ooh wee. Now, what does this look familiar? It's something going around, and they got this very color. But look at that, very interesting eye, mouth, ear. Do you see the color of these horses? Don't that look like somebody we know that was just on a horse? And she bringing the daughter with her? Oh, no. Not that. It's an eye, an ear, a mouth, and a nose on the front of these horses. It's a bird person on the other side. I don't know if y'all got to see that. But that's crazy, ain't it? Ooh, child. Nope. Look at, again, cow people. Why is they worshiping these cows? Look at this little blue person. Now, this is a regular colored mama with a blue kid. There's regular colored people look like marrying blue people that's shining with a little light behind them. Did we see this? So again, in another culture, exactly what we've been reading. It says it right here in their pictures. This is the Hindu, this is the, we call it, I don't know how to say it, the Bhagavad Gita. I say it wrong. Bhagavad Gita, I don't know. But this is one of their religious books. And it's just so interesting. This is why the bloodlines are so important. Royal bloodlines. This is why the royal bloodlines are so important now. Now you understand. And when the royals, the British, intermarry in their families, it's exactly what the giants' kids did, the angels' kids did. They intermarried to keep gods with gods. Even though they wasn't the original gods, they just mimicking, because So we've been on here 100 minutes. I'm up early. I'm about to go finish my first cup of coffee today. And I just wanted to drop some on y'all heat a little bit. I got a couple of errands I got to do. And I got to finish this cheese. I'm going to try to get this started early. Yes, I got to go. I got to finish the cheese video so I can figure out how to dip it in this stuff and do that. And then I'm still trying to figure out my CB radio because something's not adding up. I don't know what I'm not doing. Got to get that done. And I got some more strawberries I got to plant today. So I got some stuff to do. And I need to get on this app thing. I'll do that today too. I gotta go in there and start working on the app. It's like right here. Half Hex and Beast. Oh yeah. You thinking about Graham too, huh? Told y'all they be putting it right in your face. They be putting it right in your face. And yes, these are things that we go back and forth over. But do y'all see how we keep a lot of everything that we study goes back to these freaking giants, the fallen angels, and now I see why in that same passage we was gonna read, whereas Gabriel and them was going off. Like, do you see he has caused so much evil and so much because it's still trickling this way. And the fact that those spirits have not left, they are the disembodied spirits that inhabit people, makes perfect sense. Makes perfect sense. Because they are trapped here. The same earth they ruined, that God made and he made beautiful, that they ruined, he trapped their spirits here, but they can't get back in their body, so they try to possess humans. Oh, it's just so deep. And then we go to the doctors to get the medicine that allows them to inhabit us. We pay them billions of dollars to possess us. Whoever thought about it like that? You pay the medical community billions of dollars a year to be possessed. Because y'all know, y'all done looked up the names of the medicine. Y'all know most of it is named after a demon or a duke of hell or whatever. Even the prefix for our medicine, RHYX, Rix, is just the HY put out, and they put the RX right there, but that's the prefix for most demons' names, and that's the prefix for our medicine. The demons that cause sickness. So come on now. They already know what demon is plaguing you. So they give you a stronger demon to tame that one. Go look it up. Gardasil, Gardasil. That's the angel that taught the death blows. All kinds, abortion included. And then that's the two names of two medicines, birth control and one for HPV, which is all reproductive health. A whole bunch today, but you know I'm about to turn it off. You missed the whole 104 minutes. It's good though. You can go back and watch it. It's about to be loaded here in a minute. So. That's crazy. Why would y'all name our medicine after the demons that ruined the earth? And then as soon as the person gets addicted to drugs and starts to take this medicine that the doctor gave them, their life changes drastically, and most times it's for the worse. And the root word for pharmacy means incantations, and we just looked it up, and incantation is a spell, a list of words written out to do a spell. And that's what our magical word for medicine means. Oh. And poison. Well, who used to use poison? The witches. They would slowly poison people to death so that nobody suspected them. Right or wrong? Didn't you go to a witch to get poison? Still do. You went to a witch to get a spell. You still do. Every time you go to the pharmacy. Yep. Because the word pharmacy means incantation or spell. Witchcraft. Poison. So, I love y'all. I'm about to go. I gotta go eat. I don't know. I gotta wash my dishes. Get my life together. Yeah, but I just thought I'd share that with y'all. Especially the transition of birth from midwives to hospitals, exactly. An inception of hoodoo poison was given to their slave masters. Really? Huh. Well, listen. That's why I said people be playing with magic, and yeah, your ancestors gave it to you because the fallen angels gave it to your ancestors, but it was to destroy mankind, not to help them. And they say magic come with a cost. It always costs more than what you get from the magic. So then God didn't lie. Even with all the help, like I said, with the people transitioning and more people are coming out, and they said, I just watched a thing today. The lady said that her parents took her at 8 years old to get the transition. 18. And she was like, I regret it because I have so many health issues. And a lot of people were saying that the same respect that the trans community wants, they not giving it when a person decides to detransition or whatever it is, or talk about their health issues or how miserable they are. So I'm going to tell y'all something. To me, that's kind of fake. Because y'all expect every single body to address y'all and whatever, but y'all not giving that same thing to the people that's detransitioning. That's fake. And don't ask for nothing that you don't give. Because if they want to talk about how their bodies is messed up and how they're sick and they could die early, that is their truth. So you don't get to tell a person when they can speak your truth, because now it's going against what you believe or what you feel strongly about, because that is what the people that aren't in those communities have been ostracized about. So now y'all get to do it to other people? No, don't be fake. Y'all don't get to do that. If they want to come out and tell their truth about what they experienced, what difference is it to you? Why are y'all pushing them out and making them be? Y'all doing the same thing y'all swear folks be doing to y'all. Come on, man. Don't be like that. If y'all want equality, it got to be equality for the people that's detransitioning and talking about their stories too. You cannot just talk about equality when it's what you want. Y'all supposed to, y'all supported them in getting their bodies all cut up, then that mean y'all just fake. Because if you don't support them for trying to go back, then you wasn't even really for them in the first place, because y'all tell people live their truth. That's their truth. But now that they want to live their truth, now y'all doing to them what y'all swear the hetero community has done to y'all. Absolutely not. Or then all the equality should just be off the table then. Because now do the detransitioners have to start having rallies so that their word can be heard? Because y'all beating up on their heads because they talking about how they look. Stop. Y'all don't get to be fake. Don't be talking about how real y'all is, and now the truth is coming out that y'all got some discrimination in y'all communities too, that y'all be trying to throw us under the bus for, and y'all doing it too. If you gonna support them, you don't get to just support them in what they doing when you like it. If they want to detransition and you love your sis and you love your trans bro, then why you ain't supporting them when they go back? Because their life is miserable. I thought it was just everybody supposed to be happy. Y'all be fake. Talking about living your truth but won't let nobody else live theirs? That's a little suspect. You can't ask for something you don't give. You want people to respect your decision to live how you want to live, But y'all not giving that to the people that decide to detransition. So who fake? And who hiding? And who ain't real? Because y'all always telling us we ain't living our truths and we really want this and we really want that. Well, they then went and came. And now y'all treating them like the ugly stepchild. Absolutely not. And we going to talk about it because we talk about everything here. I don't like it. You want people to be okay with your decisions? You got to be okay with people leaving your community and still loving them, or you fake. And I'm going to end on that note because I wanted to say that. Can't ask for the support you don't give. And I tell everybody that don't ask for nothing you ain't willing to give yourself. I love y'all.